Welcome back. I have been away for a little bit traveling, and so wasn't able to get a bunch of videos up, but I'm back now, so I'm going to work really hard to try and deliver all those videos you guys have been requesting. This one in particular is a flow without the need for any props. And I'm a huge prop fan, so I always say invest in your props. It'll make the stretch a lot more comfortable and a lot more accessible, but I also get it. If you're just starting yoga, you probably haven't purchased your entire supply closet of yoga props. So this one's for you. It's also a great flow if you're traveling and just need a quick stretch to decompress those airplane legs or sea legs or whatever type of legs you guys have. As always, listen to your body. If anything doesn't feel good, if it's too deep, just ease off, come back. The nice thing about YouTube is it's going to be up there for a long time, so you can come back to it whenever you'd like. And yeah, if you find this helpful, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe for me. It'll help me out. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Be close to the couch because it's comfy and we might use it for some stretches later. So we'll just start in a nice tall seat. You can sit on your heels, or if that's not comfortable for your knees, just go ahead and sit cross-legged for now. Lift through your spine, close your eyes. Just start to quiet everything down, come to your breath. Build some awareness. Slowly inhaling through your nose. And slowly exhaling out your nose. Being mindful to notice your breath. Is it quick? Is it slow? See if you can slow its rhythm down to being even and calm. And start to check in with your body, noticing the areas that might feel a little bit tight, areas that might feel open, and just tuning into those spaces. And then noticing your emotions, your emotional self. How do you feel? And maybe setting your intention around all of that. So finding a word, a phrase that resonates. What brings you to your mat today? Could be space, calm, strength, whatever that is for you. You're setting it for yourself. Take a full inhale in. Open your mouth, release. Blink open your eyes. Reach your arms up, inhale. And then take a little twist, exhale. Right hand behind you, left arm forward. Lengthen your spine, inhale. And then revolve, look back, exhale. Rise back through center, inhale. And then exhale, other side. Lengthen, inhale. And then just twist, exhale. Rising through center. One more time each side, inhale. And then exhale, twist. Inhale. And then exhale, twist. Back to center, inhale. Interlace your palms, exhale, round your spine. Inhale to reverse, arch. And then exhale to round. Once more, inhale. And then exhale. Hands release out in front of you. Roll over your legs, come into your tabletop, finding your knees underneath your hips and wrists underneath your shoulders. A few rounds of your cat-cows. Inhale to arch your spine, pull your heart forward. And then as you exhale, tuck chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Once more, exhale. Keep your spine rounded. Take your toes together and press back, child's pose. Reaching your arms forward, forehead to the mat. Roll out your head a little side to side. Then we'll just take a little side body stretch. Lengthen through your arms. Walk your hands and walk your chest over towards your left knee and stretch your chin over your left knee. Feel stretch down your right side waist, rooting your right hip towards your heel. Then walk back through center. Inhale. To walk to the right. Exhale to fold. Lengthening in the entire left side waist and trying to press your left hip back down towards your left heel. Walk it back through center. And one more time, roll back into your tabletop. Tuck your left toes on the mat and press through your left heel, and you'll stretch down your left calf. Then from there, round your upper back, push the floor away from you. Press into all three limbs to lift your right knee to your nose, holding it there. Right knee returns down. Take your right shin to the right and then spin your left heel down as you lift your left arm to look up. Parigasana or gate pose, also modified side plank. And then slowly we'll return it back down. Thread your left arm under, left ear to the floor. We'll take a little twist. Your right arm can come up, maybe a half bind. Right hand will return back down. Return your left hand back into your tabletop. Switching sides. Right toes press back, press through the right heel, stretching in your right calf. And then from there, round your upper back, knee to your nose. Holding it there for 3, for 2, for 1. Left knee down. Turn your left foot back to the left. Spin your right heel down and reach your right arm up for that modified side plank variation. Should feel stretched down the entire right side waist. Press your right outer pinky toe down into the mat. And then as you return back, soften your right knee back, turn the shin back, right arm underneath the left, and thread for a twist. Left arm can come up to the back of your hip if you like. Then returning left hand back down, right hand back down. Tuck your back toes, lift your knees 2 inches. Shift your weight forward, round your spine. Then arch your hips and keep your gaze forward. Lift your hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Let your ears fall between your biceps and start to pedal out your feet. So if you are practicing at home and you happen to be recording, review this later and notice your form. Things that you might want to play with and at least in the beginning avoid, because I know I did it, is if you're sinking your chest down, feels better to keep the ears in line with the biceps and to look back. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and then lengthen your tailbone up and back. Rather than creating this rounded shape, try to find more length in your spine. And breathe. And if you still find it really hard to find length, your hands can come onto the couch and you'll take this modified form. And start to soften your knees, tiptoe your way to the top of your mat. Hands can stay on the couch or they can be on the floor. Inhale, flat back, lengthen your spine, look forward. And then exhale, fold, bend your knees, connect your belly to your thighs. Take a little ragdoll sway side to side. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Hands will release down. Keep your head heavy, knees soft, and slowly roll yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Standing tall, roll your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, arms sweep up. And then exhale, forward fold. Prayer can come through midline. Inhale to lengthen your spine, flat back or hands to the couch. And then exhale, we'll step your left foot back. Lower your left knee down. Make sure that you're not just on your kneecap like here, but that you're kind of above the knee. So lengthen your stance, and you should already feel stretch down the left thigh. If you need to, find a pillow, towel, pat it up. So you can just stay here. If it's still not enough, then you might climb up onto your thigh and then lift your chest. Otherwise, if you're feeling pretty balanced, arms reach up, Anjaneyasana. And then exhale to cactus arms. Lift your chest. Breathe in. As you exhale, take your hands back down to the floor. Then tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Square your hips. Inhale, lift your right arm up for an easy twist. Look up. Right hand circles back down. Turn your back knee down and then again turn the shin to the right. And this time we'll take modified side angle. Press your right knee against your right armpit and lift your left arm up. Gaze up. Left hand comes back down. Lift the knee, move the pillows, step your right leg back to a high plank. Lower your knees down, lower your chest or your forehead down, right? Or eventually chin, throat, chest down. So this is your puppy pose, which helps open your spine. And then from there, slide all the way onto your belly. Wiggle out your hips. And take your fingers wide. Inhale, let your head be the last to lift, cobra pose. Lifting only your chest, keep your belly button and your hips down, so none of this, right? Everything should feel long and pulling your heart forward. And exhale, lower. Inhale, maybe lower or a little bit higher, maybe belly button. And exhale. One more time, inhale, cobra. And then exhale, lower down. Child's pose, press it back. And then take your downward facing dog. Tuck your back toes, lift the knees, pedal it out. You might just step or walk to the top of your mat, or take your feet together, bend your knees, look forward, and then take a little jump. Try to keep your feet together so your body has spatial awareness. Once you arrive, separate the feet hips width. Inhale, flat back. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. You might prepare a pillow for what we're doing next. And then exhale, we'll step your right leg back. Lower the right knee down. And again, you might just stay here feeling for the stretch down the right front thigh, or you'll press yourself up onto the left thigh. Hips down, lift the heart. Or arms can go up. And then cactus. Inhale. And then exhale, hands will come back down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Inhale, left arm will lift for easy twist. Look up. Square your thighs, square your hips. Inner thighs squeezing in. Left hand comes to outside of the foot. Right knee returns, spin the right shin to the left, and then open your right arm up. Press your left knee into your left armpit as you open your chest up. So there's this rotation of your rib cage to face up. Return your hand back down. Tuck the back toes. Lift your foot. And then step it back to a high plank. Shift forward, lower knees, lower chin, lower chest, or forehead and chest. Slide forward onto your belly. Maybe cobra pose, inhale. Exhale to lower. This time we'll take cobra pose to an up dog. So hands here. Lift and drag your heart forward to lift your knees off the mat, upward facing dog. And then exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Look forward, feet together, bend your knees, step or lightly jump. Inhale, flat back. And then exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. So sit back like there's a dirty toilet behind you that you don't want to touch. Look up. Inhale. And then exhale, prayer to your heart center. Reach your arms up, inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your spine, flat back. And then this time, separate your feet, hips, mat width apart for your yogic squat. If it's not so comfortable for you, just bend your knees about 90 degrees and reach your arms out. And then stretching your inner thighs, outer hips. Right? Or you might start to pulse a little bit lower. And then maybe even come into a full yogi squat, malasana. Lifting your chest, broadening across your collarbones. And you should feel stretch on the inner thigh, inner groins. Closing your eyes. And then take your hands down, lift your hips up. Keep your right foot wide for now. Let's just step your left foot back. Okay. Then take your hands to inside of the foot and lower your back knee down. Lift your chest. And take your right hand to the inner right thigh and spin open, look back. As an option, if you still need more stretch for the front of your thigh, you can bend your knee. Right hand grabs a hold of your left foot and just gently pull it in towards your hip. Open your chest. And slowly let that go. So, we're going to take lizard lunge, but without your props. It can be a little bit challenging. Your hands can just be on the floor and you might feel the stretch on your outer hip, and maybe you'll even turn your right foot up a little bit to target more of the outer hip. Or you might challenge yourself and take your hands onto your couch, and then from there allow yourself to sink down. So if this bothers your knees, just take your pillow and pat it up and see if that helps. If it's too much, just back off, right? So forehead can come onto the arms to rest, and then allow your chest and your belly to come down towards the floor. Start to lift it back up. And then come closer to your couch. The knee can stay up, and step your right foot onto the couch. So you can just stay here, or start to back up your hips so that your foot is out and you're here, right? We're really looking for an upright spine. So if you need to slide the foot onto the couch more and lean forward, that's okay. Flex your foot and up dog your chest. If you're feeling pretty good, you can take the forearms down and pull your foot towards your face and scream, "Oh my goodness, good morning, calves." Whew. If you're still feeling good, you can walk your left knee back a little bit more. We are looking for squared hips. So once your hips start to spin out like this, draw it back, square off the hips, and then retake your stretch. And just keep the leg there. Same thing as we did earlier. Spin your left shin to face the right. Right hand to the couch. Lift your left arm up, and then just side stretch. And maybe the hand will come to the foot and you can open your chest. Then return your hand back to the couch. We're going to scoot even closer now. You might even have to stand up. And then wiggle your right foot across towards your left hand. So this is a pigeon pose modified. If you need to, just take the foot off the couch and have your right knee towards your right chest. But if you're feeling pretty good, you can take it more parallel as you sink yourself down. I think this is like my go-to stretch everywhere and anywhere I go. The only place I would not do this is if the surface were a toilet. But this is such a great way to stretch the outer hip without going too deep into the back front thigh. Oof, good. Okay, to come out, hands on the couch, push it away, shake out your right leg. And then let's switch sides. So feet mat width apart. This time just take the hands to the floor. So medium legged forward fold. If you need it even wider, go ahead and you can separate your feet wider, probably on the long edge side of your mat. But just to show you, I'm going to take my hands forward and take this wide downward facing dog. This time I'll stretch my shoulders and actively press my chest a little bit towards the floor. Right? So that might not, you might want your hands here as you press your chest towards the floor. It's totally fine. Work with a range that is comfortable for you. It's still challenging. And slowly you'll come on back up. Left foot steps to the left edge of your mat. I'm going to prepare my pillow for my knee. Right leg lunges back. Your left foot is wider, so the hands are inside of your foot. And then I'm going to start to just settle into my lizard lunge. I might open the knee a little bit. I might open the foot, flossing my hip joints. And then I might even take a little twist, left hand, inner left thigh, peeling it away. If that's still okay, you might even bend your back foot and gently pulling your right foot towards your hip. Open your heart and take a little throat opener. Let it go slow. I'll take the hip stretch. Hands can just be here as you sink yourself down, belly down. So normally if this is you, right, your job is to slowly sink it all down. Maybe you'll even take your hands to the couch. Forehead on top of the arms as you press your chest down. Be patient with yourself, right? If you're pretty tight, it takes time to open just flexibility in general. So just make it comfortable enough that you can breathe. You feel the stretch, but it's like you find this point where it's like, that feels good. And then you kind of explore that area without going to the point of, oh my god, something's gonna break. And slowly you'll come on back up. Come on closer towards the couch. Hug your left leg up, left foot to the couch, and you can just keep it bent. And if you already feel it in the hamstring, great. You might feel it in this front thigh too. Or start to wiggle it forward and then make sure it's not at the divot of the couch, and then take a modified hamstring half split stretch. drive your left hip back. So it's the action of my left glute going back and my front hip going forward. And I'm flexing my foot. If you're very flexible, forearms down, you might even pull the foot towards your face and say mercy. Right? And then think extending in your spine rather than just rounding back. Our goal here is to find space in the back. Why do you want to open your hamstrings? What is the purpose of stretching your hamstrings? It has a lot of function to protect your low back. If your hamstrings are flexible, they're not going to be pulling your back into this rounded curve. It'll allow some space for your spine to be back to neutral. All right. So from your half split, let's take a side stretch. Take your right shin to face to the left, opening out the hips, and you can just stay here, right left hand to the shin or the couch, right arm up, and then you side stretch this right side waist up and over. And maybe even if it does connect, you can spin your rib cage up. By the way, this is also a modified form of your compass pose, your Visvamitrasana. Now when you come back to center, hop your knee in. Wiggle your left foot to the right. And you can just stay here. Knee into your left rib cage. Or if you have the flexibility, externally rotating the thigh out, finding this parallel pigeon, and then folding here to intensify or staying upright. Again, if your back knee is bothering you, you can always place a pillow. You can also lift it up. This intensifies it for sure. To come out, push the sofa away from you and shake out your leg. And then take your feet to the mat, chin to your chest, roll all the way down and come close to your couch to lie down. Legs up onto your couch. And if you'd like, you can even you can take them a little bit wider, right? Close your eyes. Take a full inhale in. Open mouth, exhale out. And one more full inhale. Full exhale. And this is where we'll end for today. If you guys have any questions, comments, or feedback, just leave it for me below. We can talk and chat. Otherwise, until next time, namaste.